It should.
I'm going to load up your chat.
Oops. Yeah, we're live. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the ER. We have a special guest, Phil, the coder. He is going to watch me do an M92 and critique my progress. But first, we're gonna open some goodies. So Phil, how you doing?
Good, yeah. How are you, mate?
I'm hanging in there. You know, a little earlier than what you normally online with.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got that nice shiny haircut.
Yeah, looking good, looking sexy.
Looking much better. Looking much better for sure. I gotta shave the beard. The beard's getting a little long and insane.
Nice. I'm just loading a pop out for your chat.
Yeah. So we got Zardy, Chris. Hello. How you doing?
Hello,
Chris
guys.
here today. We're gonna see how it works. It worked out pretty cool with me on his live stream. So we're gonna see what we got on here. But I'm gonna get into it because I got a lot to do.
I've built up your. Well, I'll put your live chat on the side, and I'll put it on play in the background just to make it look like you're popular.
Yeah, that sounds great. I got 2 viewers, so that's you and me, and then
no, that's
2 people.
He was coming up 3 or 4 for me. Welcome everyone. Hello.
Right.
Well, Jason's going to be unboxing some goodies, and I'm going to be working in the background.
Yeah, he's got some stuff he's got to do. I'm just going to go through the stuff here, make sure everything's good. I like to go through it on camera, so it's easier to pull clips if it's broken for the return policy. Because I have this that I got in that was damaged. It doesn't look damaged, but the plastic case on it is, and I'll show you that. This is a case for my PSP, the one that I'm modifying. It's a red case. I decided to do red. My son's doing blue, so I figured I'd do a red one. But as you can see here it is. But it has some damage on it. The fact that it has a piece that rattles, but if I open this here.
It looks like quite a nice case as well.
It is, but if you look in here, there's damage all on here. It's all cracked.
Oh, okay, I can see, yeah.
And then the screen is not in the best of qualities.
Yeah, the glass looks a little bit.
Yeah, it's scratched up a little bit, but I have a technique I want to try, and I'm going to try it on an old one to see if I can make it look new. When I was doing scale modeling full time and doing competitions and stuff, we used to get a lot of canopy glass on aircrafts that were scratched up. They had gouges in them, and there's a kit you can use to buff them out crystal clear. So I'm going to try that on on an old PSP and see if it comes clear again. So I've actually talked to Captech about that because he's wanted to do it on I think a Game Gear or whatever. Okay, so these are ports for the 3DS, and they appear to be the right ports. So this is port number 5 that I've ordered, and these appear to be the right parts. So
finally.
Yeah, finally. So I got 5 of them, more than I'll ever need. So, but I'm glad I got them. I ordered 2 different things that look like the right one. So that'll be something. Yeah. That'll be videos because I'm doing a full restoration on a 3DS for my son.
Nice. I did something similar with someone. You remember that that guy that sent me that batch of really crappy consoles?
Yeah.
Like the 80-something consoles or something, and there was all insurance write-offs. But there was a load of Nintendo Wii's in there, and I bought the ports for the Wii's. And then I was like, you know what, I ain't doing any more of these consoles stuffing. And now I'm stuck with Nintendo Wii U HDMI ports. Like, I've got like 5 or 6 Wii U HDMI ports, and no reason to use them. But they're handy to have. Like, even if you're not going to use them, they're handy to have just in case. If I come across a Wii U for like £15-20 with HDMI port issue, I'll buy it.
This is interesting here. I got some of these charge ports in here for the PlayStations, and this is an old one here. You can see that the center contact is grimy.
Yeah.
If you can see that, but and then these two pins have some marks on them. The new ones are the same way.
Oh, okay.
So
they're probably donor board pulls then.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I would assume.
Yeah, they're going to be donor board pulls.
So what
this
is that?
stuff's hard to come.
Is that just a three-pole, two-pole
DC jack, 2-pole.
2-pole. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
2-pole.
5 volts.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got that. Yeah.
This is going to be mostly PlayStation PSP parts, because these were supposed to be here at the beginning of July for the video series that was going to run all of July.
I think I have a switch with a dead CPU.
Okay, so here we go. Here we got some memory cards for the SD card adapters for the PlayStation, so I can put, you know, all the ROMs and stuff on there, so I don't have to use the UMD disk. They look all right.
Maybe not.
And I normally get more people in chat at this rate. Notifications must be dead.
I could put it in. Oh no, I can't put a notification. I just go code it on my phone.
Oh my God, these. Oh, this is some trash right here. I have to show you this under the microscope. So I remember I said I ordered ports from 2 different people.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure I got the right 3DS parts. These look like donor board rips.
Donor board. Oh no, yeah, they're not donor board pulls. They're donor board rips.
Yeah, let's look at this underneath the microscope here.
Damn, that looks rough.
All right, let's see here.
I can see the pads on it.
Yeah, you can see the pads. Look, they just ripped them off.
They're like, yeah, you're being sold. You're being sold, and you're being sold.
Yeah, look at, they got a huge. Well, the other ones look new, so, but these are definitely. I mean, I don't even think this one is usable because of how mangled the pens are. They're gonna break if I try to bend them back. But I mean, there's like, look at the amount of board that's stuck on this.
They might as well have just sold you the board.
Look, this thing is huge. It's like a huge chunk of the ground plane. It's all bent up in here. So,
damn.
And it said new on the ad too. And look at the port. Look at the pin in the port wobbling.
Oh yeah. So what are you doing? You sending them back?
Yeah, these two. We'll go back. This is why I do the videos. Cause
he does make for good.
So then I can just take screenshots from the video.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I tend to film if I get anything which is you know, like looking damaged or looking a little bit rough around the edges. When I get it in, I'll tend to just record on my phone.
Yeah. I don't like recording on my phone.
Console repair link hasn't cleaned the board again.
All right, let's see what we have here. So here, okay, these are interesting cables. I saw these and it was like, yeah, I'm definitely ordering these. They were cheap. They're like $1 each, but they're for the PSP. They are a USB cable that not only does data. No, these are the wrong ones. These are just USB power cables for the PSP. So it plugs into the USB port and charges it.
Gives you 5 volts.
Yeah, I have another cable coming that I found later that has the USB data sync on it, so you could transfer data and charge it at the same time.
Oh, nice.
I also have a set of those for the DS also. Because I have another DS that I got for a couple of dollars off of eBay on a bid, and I want to revitalize that and do some custom firmware on it.
Scrapped a DS Lite last night.
Yeah, you know, they're supposedly pretty good.
It weren't worth doing.
They're supposed to be pretty good if for personal like custom firmware stuff.
See, I can do the firmware on them. I used to do it on the 3DS, like, cause, sorry, not the 3DS, the 2DS. Because a couple of, well, about 3 years ago, it was just before my mum passed away, actually.
That's some joysticks.
There's a company in the UK called Clear & Sparkling, which is basically, well, there's a catalogue company called Argos, and Clear & Sparkling is their clearance section, but they've got separate companies, and they were selling these 2DSs for like 20 quid, and there was loads of them. They had literally thousands of them in stock. So we bought, I think it was something like 22 Nintendo 2DSs, memory cards for all of them, filled them all full of games, and then just modified the firmware on them, like put custom firmware on it. And we were selling them out for like 120, 130 quid.
See, now this is, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I also found one of these. This is a DS cable for charging that's USB powered. And anything USB powered, I can run on my meter to see how much current it draws. So,
yeah, I mean,
you know,
I mean,
I pick these things up.
Realistically, you can make any cable into a bench power supply cable anyway. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's easier because I got the USB adapter that has the meter stuff on it, so I don't have to cut any cables. I just plug it in. You know, I showed it to you before when we were talking before one of the other streams.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
No, it's the white box that's got all the outputs on it.
Yeah, I've got one here actually. Let me show you these. I've got one here similar. So this is. I had this delivered months and months ago. I found it in my cupboard drawer.
Oh, that's nice.
And this has got like USB-C. It's got iPhone. It's got USB Type A, micro USB. And then it's got. Like, I can obviously solder a couple of wires to the back. Well, to the front or the back actually. And then I can test different cables. Like it's even got like it's got iPhone there. That one's a lightning cable.
Oh, iPhone, so that's nice.
Yeah, so if you've got like lightning to lightning, you can do it. You've got micro USB, you've got USB-C, you've got USB Type A. There's actually 2 USB Type A's. And it'll just give me a little voltage output on the screen. I was going to build that into like a custom power bank thing. But basically, I was just going to get a, like a Nintendo Switch battery or something like that, and create a like 5-volt power bank.
Yeah.
Just for one of the kids to charge the phone or something. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe like stack two Nintendo Switch batteries in series or something, in parallel or something. It is parallel, isn't it, to increase the amperage?
Yes, parallel will give you more amperage. Yeah. So these are IPS screens for the PSP. It's supposed to give you more vibrant colors. So I got 2 of those, one for each of us. So I'm glad they weren't damaged. They came in a nice sealed box. They weren't crushed. I'll show you.
Nice. Guys.
This is the package that showed up with the broken case in it. As you can see, this thing was crushed. And I'll show you, this is the label. Can you even read my address on it?
Barely.
Yeah, it was delivered to the wrong house.
But if I actually zoomed in, I probably could.
Yeah, it's very faded. It's very faded.
Yeah.
But it was delivered to the wrong house, crushed to all ends. I'm surprised that it's actually to a point like it's damaged, and I'll get a partial refund on it, but I can still fix it with, my scale modeling skills. I can fix plastic damage like that with some of the tools I have. Hello, Nate. Hello, Travis. Bill got you before I did, but I got there. So I'm going to put the PSP stuff up real quick. I also got a whole set here. I got some stuff to do blacks. I actually found 2 batteries. Got a good amount of goodies here.
Yeah, it looks like you've got quite a few things there.
Yeah, and I got another big batch of PSP stuff coming Monday or Tuesday. And Wednesday should be the video of what all we're going to start working on them. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have content.
Just,
So I'm going to
I
do
should
a
have
return on those.
I should have a nice easy one here with P13.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, show it on, you got it on screen? Yeah, you do.
I'll get it on screen. Yeah.
I can actually make you a little bit bigger. I don't need all of that screen space.
I'm just doing my own thing, guys, while we're chatting to Jason. And
yeah, I wanted to get his opinion on my M92 because, you know, I've had that string of bad chips, a horrible string of bad chips, and I am starting to get the feeling that it's not a horrible string of bad chips, it's a horrible string of bad technician. So
no, I mean, if you was buying them from the same seller, then it would make sense. I mean, if it's like 5 or 6 different sellers and they're all bad, then yeah, I'd probably start to question.
Yeah, no, they were all from the same seller and then one eBay seller. But
well,
we're gonna
see, this is why I say to people, don't use eBay for quick supplies because you just don't know what you're getting. Like, it's literally just pot luck.
Yeah.
With eBay. I mean, I know I said to you, like, because you needed them desperately. I know I said to you, like, go and get it off eBay, but
yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, with how long it actually took you to get hopefully some reliable chips, I could have sent you some.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. But I've actually got, that kind of ties into what I received the other day as well, because I bought chips off my normal seller on AliExpress, and they were supposed to be those donor board balls, and I received these brand new inside the packet. So, not on mine. I can't do it on a customer's, but I can use one of my own switches to test it. I obviously can't do, like, when I don't know the source, I can't actually use it on a customer's switch until I know at least one of them works. But I don't need one. I don't need to use one. I brought them into the workshop because I assumed I needed one for this switch, but I don't. So
let's do something testy here real quick with the switch before I jump on this, because I wanna find out.
I want to find out what these chips are as well, because I found these randomly. See, the problem is Sarah did.
I can't see what chips you got there.
No, it's in my hand. These are Max. Oh yeah, it's Max 77621.
That's for the switch. That's the CPU one.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a switch here that I want to run through the boot cycle and write down how many boot attempt. Oh, that's not what I want. So I got my power supply battery that I'm going to turn on. So we have 4.7 volts. I'm going to plug it into the switch here. And we have 0 current draw. Let's confirm we have the voltage. Otherwise, we're going to need to send a signal to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've noticed I have to do that on my new one, on the new cable I paint.
No, I got 4.2 volts. I'm sending in 4.7, but I got 4.2. Something's pulling it down. So
voltage drop across the cable?
No, not my cable. Not 0.5 volts, a half a volt on my cables. No, that's like 12 gauge wire. It's huge.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna use my stem this up in my probes.
So you can put up to 6 volts into the switch battery circuit board anyway. Yeah.
So I'm gonna plug this in, and I'm gonna boot prompt this, and then I'm going to look at the current, and I'm gonna read out the spikes, not the baseline, because there's a baseline current. Let me just go over this real quick so you guys understand what I'm doing here. I'm gonna get a little technical in here.
So for anyone just coming in, by the way, the screen at the top right is my screen.
Yeah, that's Phil Decoder. Who's here. Ken, hello, how you doing?
No, I don't get notifications when you're live. Well, I'm not live, mate. It's Jason's, but YouTube has been playing recently.
Yeah, Nate. The reviews of the IPS screen replacements do look like they reduce the ghosting, but you are correct. It is not worth replacing a working screen with an IPS screen. I have 2 damaged screens, so that's why I'm replacing them.
That makes sense.
So when you turn on a Nintendo Switch, you have which is like a graph here, and this is your current. This is your current right here, and this is time. So what's going to happen is when I boot prompt this, there's going to be a spike on the current, and then it's going to level off like this, and then it's going to spike again, level off, spike, level off, spike, level off, spike. At each one of those spikes, it's doing a system check. It's powering a different part of the Nintendo Switch, like the RAM, the NAND, the Wi-Fi, which is drawing extra current when it turns on. So it's going to create that current spike. And I'm trying to map out the current spikes to what process they're checking. There's 2 indications of how you can keep track of what is going on. There's 2 boot logos. There's the Nintendo logo where it just says Nintendo, and then there's the Nintendo Switch logo. I have narrowed it down that the first logo is your CPU checks. It checks your power rails, it turns on your max ICs, it checks your CPU communication, and then it does, at the very end, I believe it does a NAND communication check. And then I believe that the second logo is your Wi-Fi, a little bit of NAND, your game card, anti-piracy chip, your RAM, and things like that. Actually, no, we determined the RAM is in the first one, right?
RAM is in the first one, so RAM is actually
the first spike.
Yeah.
So
and that should be a 60 milliamp draw for the RAM.
A 60 milliamp spike, really? When the RAM?
Well, it's DDR3 LP, so it's or at least I believe it's DDR3 LP, which is DDR3 low power. So it runs at very low power. Obviously, it needs because it's a battery operated system. It needs low power chips and low power devices to be able to.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm gonna plug this in now and read out this current. All right, so I'm putting this in. Okay, so I got 30 milliamps.
Yeah.
And nothing. So what? There it
goes.
So it's booting now. So it's at 500 milliamps, and it's hovering at 500 and 400, between 500 and 400. So your 400 is going to be this lower level spike. So it spiked at 5.6. So it checked something there. Now what you want to see now, it's frozen at 400 milliamps. It dropped back down to 0. Now it's at 29 or 290 milliamps, 0.29 of an amp, and it's frozen there because this is a boot loop logo. Now it reset again. Now it reset. Now it's down to 10 milliamps, and it's not moving anymore. So it did more this time than it's done in the past, and now it's holding at 10 milliamps. So the unit could have just shut itself back off.
So 290 milliamps is.
It held for about 10 seconds. It held there.
I originally thought 290 milliamps was a NAND check. It's not. It is a video check.
So your P13 check?
P13, yeah. So this one at the minute, while I'm replacing this before I've replaced this P13, this is actually hanging at 290 milliamps. And this is a dead P13. Obviously confirmed by the top cap being short. So I thought it was a NAND check, but I believe the NAND check is around about 150 milliamps.
Yeah, you definitely called it. That was P13. I grabbed the wrong one. That's actually needs P13.
Okay.
That was the wrong switch, guys. That was the wrong one.
0.10 milliamps. So basically, what that's done is it's tried to enable video. It's tried to power on the P13. Realised that it's got a problem, and then shut itself off. And then it's just hanging with, I assume, with your standby voltages, which would be like your your 1.1 volt, 1.8 volt for your video and for your RAM and your CPU. And I assume it would keep trying to turn the video chip on, and basically being a boot loop in that sense, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so
I assume that's what would happen.
This one has USB issues. So this one needs to be turned on with a power button.
Yeah.
I have readily available. So this one has the weird USB issues, and I think it is M92. So we're gonna jump into that in 1 second here, but I want to confirm that. So if I put this on here, I plugged in a power button. I'm going to plug in my battery cable, and I'm going to hit the power button. And it's 20 million, 200, 190, and then 200, spikes to 5, hovering at 4. So there's the first boot logo. Goes to 350. Now it should be on the second logo now, and it's holding at 335. So I missed three spikes before it froze at 350 milliamps.
Okay, well 500 milliamps is where it turns the backlight on. Just FYI.
Well, backlight's not hooked up.
No, but it'll still turn.
But there's at the very end, right when it boots into the home screen, it spikes at 700 or 6 something without the screen connected.
689, I think.
Yeah, without the screen connected, and I didn't hit any of those last 3 spikes, so I missed the Wi-Fi spike.
Okay.
I missed a NAND check and I missed the video check. So this one has been trolling me for about a month, and it seems like it's M92 related because USB power is not working anymore. It's not giving me any kind of readout. It's not doing anything with USB power. So,
talking of USB, I do have one of those. A breakout cable, a breakout board for the USB. You asked me if I had one the other day. I do have one.
Yeah, Nate, you're right. They could be that word of syscon versions. Yeah, I've never been able to say specific. We always call it the ocean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have an issue with S words. So I'm gonna pull this because it's been nothing seemed to get hot when it was hovering. When it was hovering at that, holding at 390 milliamps, nothing seemed to get warm. So
see, I'd expect something to get warm at 390 milliamps.
It just holds at that second logo.
Yeah. Mind you, it could be turning everything off at that point and just keeping power running through the CPU, I assume.
And the screen is still powered on that boot logo, like it's trying to.
Screen.
That's going to be the thing, but it's creating the power and it's burning the power for the screen, but the screen's not connected.
Yeah. So it's using power for the screen and backlight, but they're not connected.
Yeah.
Could it be a display driver issue, like the little chip in the corner?
No, it displays an image.
No, I know it displays an image, but I mean, like, there could still be a short there, because it shouldn't draw any current if there's no screen for it to draw current, because the screen is the load.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. But it draws the same current with the screen plugged in too.
Oh, okay.
It does the same thing with the screen plugged in.
That's odd, because if I was to plug this in with for example, no backlight now, I'd get a lower current draw as I would if I had the backlight plugged in. So that's kind of odd, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a gander at this Wi-Fi, see, because it looks a little wonky. I've already checked these caps, so none of them are shorted.
And then the Wi-Fi IC,
yeah, the Wi-Fi IC looks a smidge crooked. Let's straighten it up.
Is that one of them that was where everything was reflowed, like off that.
No, that's a different one. Those are
Is
all
that a
no
different?
fixes. They're all rabbit
Oh,
holes.
you sent them all back.
Yeah, he told me to rabbit hole them and he'll pay extra if I get them working.
Oh,
So they're not prioritized. This is a prioritized one.
oh okay.
So,
What's a PFC circuit?
yeah, I don't know what that is either.
What do you mean by PFC circuit, Rose? Sorry, I've just seen the message. Or that comment like that.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, display connectors on this one. Technic, I don't know if I said hello, Technic. Kaiser, how's it going? If I remove the Wi-Fi IC, it should boot.
No, I don't think it does. It needs the Wi-Fi IC there.
I believe it does a check in that second boot logo.
Yeah, I think I tested that, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago on my own suite.
If you did, it won't boot without it. But if you look at it, if I straighten this up on the camera to where it's straight, the Wi-Fi looks a smidge crooked.
Seems okay to me. It's just your eyes, you're getting old.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I'm not going to get old. I'll just put that out there. It's a funny thing, you're not even that much older than me.
What, 4 years? That's it. I'm only 4 years older.
How old are you?
40?
You're 8 years older than me.
I thought you were 36.
I'm 32.
Who the hell knows with you?
I'm 32, genuinely. Oh dear. These kids today. So I don't wish that on me. I'm not that old yet.
So I'm just going to go over this board and see if there's anything I missed on it.
Well, there's something you missed because it's not working.
Yeah, the port's not working either.
I don't think it's a dead CPU. It could be a communication issue between the CPU and NAND.
I think it's another bad M92 chip. I'm going to change it.
Worth a shot, I suppose.
That's what this is all about anyways, me changing these M92 chips.
Yeah, because you want to test and see if it's...
Alright, so this is double boot logo. Alright, freezes on second boot logo. And I've already changed M92 twice. Confirmed that one of them I changed it with was a bad chip for sure. So I don't have any confirmed good chips. So
can you not pull the one off your own switch?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Oh,
I got a sick Minecraft world going on. I'm not risking losing that.
Oh, you are such a loser.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, Minecraft.
That chip actually looks kind of crooked. I don't know.
No, it's maybe to top left a little bit.
No.
It's not too far out. It should still be making a contact with the pads. Well, time for me to test. Did you see what I did with the Xbox last night? Putting it all back together and trying to be cocky?
And it didn't work? Makes sense.
Yeah, it didn't work. It caught fire. The actual console, well, it didn't catch fire. It let out magic sparks.
I gotta stop sleeping.
Yeah, you need to stop. I need to stop boring you midstream.
No, it's just up so early. Today was 1:32 in the morning my time. I woke up.
Yeah, that's a little bit. See, you're like me. I think you can't go back to sleep.
No, I end up, if I go back to sleep, I end up injuring my shoulder or something, and then I'm no good.
Yeah, I can't sleep once I woke up.
All right.
Someone said to me last night. They was like, "Do you ever sleep?" I was like, "Yeah, I get about 4 hours a night."
Yeah. Normally, I know, you know, like last night, I think I fell asleep at 7.
Yeah.
And then I woke up to go to the bathroom and had a donut at like 10:30, and then after that it was just weak sleep.
I'm doing the same on this one again. I'm gonna bring it back together without texting it.
I've done that. I've done that many times.
To be fair, I mean, I think I'm really confident this one will work. We've had a shorty P13 hanging at 290 milliamps. It should be good. This is fresh thermal pasta, so I think that's a metric with a finger will point at almost anything on the board.
Oh well, we're getting 15 meters. Sweet.
Travis said I'm oversleeping.
Yeah, oversleeping here. But if you think about it, waking up at 1:30 in the morning and going to bed at 7, that's like UK time.
Kind of, yeah.
I could like go to the UK and then not have any disruption in my sleeping habits.
That'd be very true. You wouldn't get jet lag, would you?
You know, the rest of the family would because they don't keep those hours.
Yeah. Sarah sleeps for England. Sarah can sleep. Yeah. Right. Bench power supply. Travis said my trolling skills suck as well. He hasn't started yet, so.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
I'm trying to be nice to it at the minute, make him feel a little bit confident before I go in for the kill. You know, like the lions when they just stalk the prey. That's me right now. I'm 80.
Trying not to burn anything while
Hey. Well, I've fixed one. How many you fixed?
I'm still working on this one that's never going to be fixed. I got a high confidence level in this not getting fixed again.
Slime sand. What the hell is
Hopefully the audio
sand?
is good. Wayne, hello, how's it going?
Audio.
Should we meet a member?
Tag teaming, kind of, yeah. Probably, right?
Yeah, Phil's fixing them, I'm breaking them. That's how we're doing
it. Sending them over the internet.
All right, I'm going to change this thing.
Yeah, that's us when we do. Yeah, they really do. Don't put a pad.
Oh yeah, there you go. I'm going to show you my bad pad repairing skills.
Yeah. It's alright. You can mess up like I did last night. You can't get as bad as what I did last night. Floating a ramp kick, I mean, come on.
To be honest with you, I'd rather pull a pad than windshield wiper these little components.
You did what, sorry?
I'd rather pull a pad than windshield wiper these components right here.
Yeah, that is true.
Hate those little components. I'm not going to use the micro pencil. I have a millimeter tip on a bevel tip on my main iron.
Wayne said you're number one.
I am number one. Thank you. Number one person to not have any solder.
I've got Kester now. I've gone up in the world.
I got Kester too. I just didn't have any solder on the bench.
I got 0.7 millimeters. I'm not 0.3.
I don't know. I have 4 sizes of Kester solder. One's 3 or too big, one's too small.
This switch is charging. I suppose I could test docking, just make sure it docks when on the bench supply. I've had to unplug one earbud because it's all in one ear. So no, I can't wear earphones for too long. I really hate wearing them.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten the earpods yet.
I need some wireless earbuds. I think.
I found a couple pairs on Amazon that work on Windows.
Yeah, what I might do actually in a little while, well, not now because I need to clean my bench, but I might actually film the boot process with the current draw. That could be a good idea.
That would be a good resource.
And then we can study it a little bit more in detail.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to test this on the dock real quick, and then I know I can put it back together then. Card. Just make sure that's actually what's meant to be showing because I haven't reset OBS since last night.
Yeah, hopefully, you're showing the dock screen. It's a little cut up because of the cropping I did on the. All right, so I got that. I redid the solder on that, and as we all know, I'm slower than Phil. I'll clean this up here.
Yep, that works. Done.
Nice. Y'all see them do that board swap, right?
Jason,
What now?
you're using the wrong tools there, mate. This is why your M92 is not working.
What am I using wrong?
You're meant to be using these ones.
Oh yeah, I have those still.
Yeah, you're meant to be using them ones. If you use them ones, I guarantee it's going to work.
When my little bin gets refilled, it's the pink ones are the only ones left. Because it was like 200 black ones and 600 pink ones. I'm like, you couldn't give me half and half?
Nice.
But it's like just black ones cost like $4 more. And it was like, I don't care if they're pink. Okay, so I'm going to add some flux to this.
Oh, well, I've lost my heatsink. Oh, Jesus.
That brings up an interesting thing with the heatsink. Let me talk about that for a second.
What's
Andrew, what's this coder? No, it's not coder. He's just. I asked him onto the stream to critique my M92 jobs.
Yeah, so I'm just doing my usual repairs in the background, basically, while he's like we're not actually competing. I'm just winding him up.
Yeah.
I'm obviously going to be a lot quicker than Jason because I'm a lot more experienced.
Yeah, I take my time anyways and lose things because
yeah.
I for me just lost something.
See, for me, time is money. So
yeah.
I mean, this is what I would be doing right now anyway. I would be just sitting here working on my own. So I said, yeah, I'll jump on a call and we'll have a little bit of fun.
Well, I mean, I have to repair stuff not on camera if it has to be done like that day.
Yeah, see, this doesn't have to be done that day, but the reason I'm trying to get all of my jobs out of the way before Tuesday is because Tuesday and Wednesday I want to spend reballing 16 RAM chips for the Xbox One, and then I'm going to replace all the RAM on stream.
This is more like Rabbit Hole Saturday.
For you, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
always Rabbit Hole Saturday. I always do. I mean, the simple ones I don't find it interesting doing on video because it's just the time it takes to set it up, record it, and then
it's the same old stuff.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It's the same old stuff time and time again. It's like M92, P13.
Yeah, like what you just did. Yeah, we're not going to talk about heat sinks because I can't find them.
But then like, I've got one in the queue which I've deliberately left for a video, and that's the fan not spinning.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, you don't get that often, but that's that MOSFET right there.
That's a rare repair to have to do. So basically, I've left that for a video, and basically I'm gonna turn it into a video where I test the MOSFET, replace the MOSFET and all of that. Like, I know it's going to be the MOSFET just above M92, but I'm basically going to test that against a non-good MOSFET and show people how to do that, because I want to be able to put that information out there. Because I don't believe there's any videos on that specific subject apart from what I've done. So I do have a little trick for it. I can inject voltage and just save myself like 5 minutes work, but I'd rather do a video on showing how to do it properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be the plan for that.
What do you normally drop your airflow down to make the chip stick?
My go-to airflow for most things is 40%, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't generally drop my airflow down unless I'm reboiling or replacing a BGA chip.
So that sat down. Okay, I'm gonna let that solidify. I'm gonna press down. Throw it. Let's move it.
Kaz, welcome. Big Mac, welcome. Good morning. Andrew, Richie, got a few in now.
Alright, let's see if we can clean this up. I'm gonna turn on.
Got more balls than me. I still don't go near game plans with my own. I have a TS100.
So let's switch on the micro pencil and I'm going to clean this up.
Oh, Jason.
Hopefully that looks okay.
Jason's got a micro pencil. I've got a pencil.
You'd break your micro pencil.
I haven't broken a micro pencil.
Did that one time.
I did it once. Hang on. See? There's my micro pencil. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't use it very often. I don't think there's any. I don't think I've got any real need for it apart from for like trace repair and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's mainly what it's good for. But it's like I have that 1mm tip on my big iron that is way more effective at this. But there's that little capacitor around here that I always tend to knock with that.
Yeah, see, I found the bent nozzle, the bent tips are really good for M92.
Yeah, I told you I'm not a fan of that tip.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean on the normal iron. Like this one here is a bent nozzle, a bent tip.
You know, I have one. Does it look like?
And that works really well.
Does it look like that?
Yeah.
Does it look like?
Oh, that's a J tip.
What bent tip are you talking about?
I'm talking about. Let me show you from the boss scope. Bear with me.
Hey, look! It switched right to the scope. Well, that's fantastic for you. You know, I want one of those tips. I can't find those tips here. They say they've been replaced with a different tip.
Buy the cheap knockoff ones.
You know how I feel about that.
Honestly, that's what these are. These are cheap knockoff ones. I've got about 3 of them. They're not good tips. They do the job.
I'll look into that.
And you know what? For the amount of times the actual official Hackhole ones burn out, I can't justify paying 16 quid a tip.
Yeah, especially, you know, you see a lot higher level of work than I do.
Well, I mean, I'm just not keen on overspending. The tips do the same thing. They last just as long.
See, I find that the cheap knockoff ones are not very good at all. So
I've never had a problem with them. These are the same tips I was using on my TS100.
Yeah, you were telling me that. I mean, I bought a set of the cheap knockoffs off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's an
all. But then, at the same time, I turn my soldering iron off after every use.
Yeah.
So if I do an M92 chip, as soon as I've done M92, I turn it off. That M92 installment seemed to go pretty well. Mad Tech, welcome, buddy.
Oh, we got a lot of Mad Tech. Hello, Kaz. Wayne, I don't know if I said hi to you, Big Mac. Well, 17 viewers, active chat. That's pretty good. Phil brought them all in.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on the stream, Phil. So that was M92 installed. Let's see what.
It makes it a lot better for me because I'm doing repairs. Like, I'll be doing the repairs anyway, but it's just someone to talk to, and I don't have to, because it's not my stream and people are not really following what I'm doing. I don't have to sit there and walk through what I'm doing, which means I can do my repairs at normal rate, and at the same time, do you know what I mean? I can still talk as well, and still talk to chat and stuff like that.
Micro, hello. Yeah, I came up with the podcast idea, the tech talk thing that we do. And, that was good and all. But then it was like, what was it, last week or the week before last? I was like, we should come on each other's channel and do repairs.
Yeah.
And, diagnose stuff and things like that. So that's cooled down. We are going to see if we can get it to boot with the USB. So I'm going to turn on the battery pack, plug it in, no current draw.
So no immediate short, and you got no NAND.
Yep, so this is why we have people on the call.
Yep. It's not the voice, that's always a bonus.
So we got no current draw. Let's make sure we have our voltage at the.
See, this is why it's good to have someone on the call, because I can spot the things that you don't spot. Whereas if I was just on live chat, it'd be spamming it for the next 10 minutes while you're trying to figure out why it's not booting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good idea having someone on the chat sometimes.
Apparently my battery pack reset, so hopefully it reboots here. I might have to do it a different way. So I'm gonna plug this in and see if I can
be able to inject. You should be able to inject 4.2. Oh no, because it needs a signal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it needs a signal. Okay, that's not doing anything. Let's disconnect that. Let's turn it off. I can reset that on my dummy board over here.
I've left my test.
I want to see what happens when I put a meter on this current.
I've left my test going in.
Here.
I'll take that back, thank you. 30 point.
Okay, let's see here.
I gave one of them away the other day. I haven't got one of them anymore.
Okay, so we're turning on the meter, and it's drawing 69 milliamps at 15 volts. And it's holding at 66 milliamps. What do we have at the battery?
Is that 0.069 or 0.69?
0.069.
Oh, so it is actually 69 milliamps.
I'm getting 4 volts at the battery, so this leads me to believe that something happened with that M92 install.
That's a bit of a weird current draw, yeah.
Yeah, let's do this because I was having USB port issues with this in the first place, so I want to rule out that so I can get it to boot with the battery pack and the power button. I got it to boot a minute ago. So let me just reset my battery back here. So I plug this in here, and I plug this in here.
My camera's fell. Lovely. Of course it did.
So I reset my battery test cable on a good board. So I'm going to plug in this power button.
Yeah, I have to do mine on a good board sometimes as well.
Yeah, I keep that. I keep this board right here.
It's
actually a completely disassembled switch that all works. That I have every part in case I need to test it.
Makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to hit this power button. And 200, 200, 400, 500, 300, and locks at 350 again. So it did the same thing with the new M92 chip.
It can't be the chip thing.
No. And it's weird, it still has that USB charger issue.
Thank you, Matt. So if I could turn off for you both. It's too much work, to be honest. I'm struggling to keep up with the two channels, if I'm being honest.
I think, you know, coming on each other's streams, like if I do his on Tuesdays and he does mine on Saturdays every once in a while, I think, you know, it's useful because you're getting another opinion on a repair and you're seeing stuff that you may not see.
Yeah, that is true.
So again, we're sitting at 350 milliamps again. CPU is not even warm.
Yeah, that's telling me that the graphic isn't initiating, I think.
Okay, let's do the thermal camera just in case.
Yeah, because you can connect your thermal camera to the screen, can't you?
Nah, don't talk to me about that.
Oh, okay.
So subject. Yeah, that was a pain in the butt. And then when I got the new computer, couldn't figure out how to do it again. Just like the NDI thing that I tried to do earlier with the your camera in the stream without doing the window capture.
Yeah.
I installed it. It glitched out.
Said if I have my ears lowered. Look, what I'm wondering, with all of them M92 chips that you've replaced, could you have damaged? Because I'm seeing a burn mark on the top of that shield. Could you have damaged that top lamp chip?
Yeah, see, I was talking to you about that before.
See, never happened to me. I know it does happen.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a prior repair attempt, so you know it's hard to.
Because I can see a little burn mark.
Yeah, there is a burn mark on the shield. That is true.
Gibbo said, "Have I had my ears lowered?" Yeah, I've had some clippers for quite a while, some hair shavers for quite a while, but I lent them to my sister and she lost the charger, so I've been waiting for a new charger to come. That come this morning, so I just like.
Let's try to get this on camera here. Zoom out. Okay, so there is that. So
you can make me smaller.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm not actually doing anything right now. I'm on my face cam, so.
Okay, so as you can see, it is. You can't see because my hand's covering it. All right, so.
Why haven't you 3D printed a bracket for that camera yet? Travis said.
Yeah. Why haven't I done a lot of things? But as you can see, like the CPU is one of the coldest spots. I'm getting a little bit of heat. You know, this max IC is 30. Yeah. And the CPU is only 25. You know, up here is...
So could the max IC be 14?
No, what is on the other side of this board?
Has that ever booted?
Yeah, it boots the second logo.
Oh, so it's stuck on second logo.
Yeah.
Got ya.
But this is the back side of the board. I'm not seeing anything other than the general board being warm.
Just showed everyone that mine's actually booted with the battery and working. Yeah. Sweet. I was going to do a final test on this.
And just for the record, I had a mount for this, and I repurposed it for something else.
Oh, this is that one where the items So it's not getting hot at all.
No. Just lighten that board up a little bit. So, like I said, it's like 34 in this area, but I mean, if you look,
so that's,
if I flip it over,
almost room temperature. That's not hot. That's not warm.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
mean, if you look at the shield's like 27, 26.
Yeah.
I mean, 32 on this max IC, but no actual warmth when I touch it. Nothing coming out from underneath the shield of NAND. Even BQ's not warm. I'm not charging the battery, so BQ's not going to get warm. I'm just using the DC power supply. But it's sinking 370 milliamps somewhere, and nothing's getting warm.
So 370 milliamps. It's not really.
Well, I mean, it's still sinking 1.74 watts of power. So it's still sinking almost 2 watts of power. So 2 watts of power should show something, unless it's dissipated really well.
So is that like that milliamp? Is it 390 or whatever it is? Is that a constant? Like is it?
Yeah, constant load.
So it's just a constant load, no bouncing up and down, no nothing.
Yeah, no bouncing up and down. It's constant 137.
Yeah,
or 3.
As Travis just said, yeah, if that's steady, there's something wrong. It's not. That's not a communication issue. That is a short somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Exactly. This is why it's Rabbit Hole Saturday.
I'm thinking it has to be one of the Max ICs. But it's not going to be BQ. It's not going to be the big Max IC. I think it's going to be one of the CPU Max ICs or the NAND.
But like I said, it shows boot logos. It goes to the second boot logo and sticks.
So I'm going to say left-hand side of the
so you're
left-hand side of the
NAND
shield.
one.
Yeah.
NAND one. Okay.
I would say so. Just because, I mean, the fact that it's actually booting the CPU, it's actually booting the logo tells me the CPU is working fine. Because if the CPU was faulty, it wouldn't even show a display.
Yeah, that's true.
It wouldn't turn on, it would just hang at like 100 milliamps. But as Travis said, and as you know as well, current draw or load is never static. It's always
it's always moving. Yeah, it's always moving.
I think I explained that on a video I sent to Vince for one of his episodes. Not the one that I was in last time, one I'm going to be in the future one, about how it should be bouncing all the time. It shouldn't be. Yeah. It shouldn't be constant. I'm thinking either the NAND or the RAM, but I don't think it'd be the RAM because you wouldn't get any post at all if it was the RAM. So, I mean, given that Wayne said it could be the RAM. It is possible because there is a burn mark on that CPU shield. An M92 has been changed how many times?
This is the 3rd time.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
So let's pop this shield up here and see what kind of.
Just have a look underneath it.
Yeah.
Or even just try reflowing that RAM chip.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt it.
Possible, Andrew. Yeah. My other scope so I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's either going to be that Max IC to the left of the CPU shield, or it's going to be the RAM.
Well, we're going to fire up the other scope here.
I did find last night that when I pressed on the RAM, it did boot. So maybe just pressing.
Yeah, let's try that. But I need to see here. Let's put you guys on.
You need to see if there's any kind of squeezage as well, like any kind of solder squeeze.
Yeah, but I need to be able to see these clips. I can't.
Oh, can you not do them by eye?
No, mine is bad.
Depends what the issue is. You could do PC.
That's what's nice about this and Star scope.
Yeah.
I can, and I got you on screen, and we can see the clips.
Yeah, that is.
I don't think I have my team.
You are right there. Just because it's got a RAM issue, it doesn't mean it won't boot. But judging by last night, I would say that this is probably going to be basically it's going to. How much RAM is in a Nintendo Switch? Is it 4 gig?
I think it's two 4s maybe, or 2 2s.
I think it'll be 2 2s. I don't think there's 8 gig RAM.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But what I would say with this is it's going to be dual layer RAM. and that's basically going to be one stick of RAM V. Because you know how on the PS4 they just take off the shelf RAM and
Yeah.
they remove the BGA. Well, they buy the BGA chips that were meant to go onto the off the shelf RAM, and then they just reroute the circuit to make it so as it's built into the board. I think that's probably what's happening there. That's probably one stick of RAM, one stick of DDR3 LP. And then they've just obviously taken the. So I think it would need. Basically, what I'm saying is, I think it would need both chips. I mean, I can confirm it. One day, I will confirm whether it will boot off one or not, on one of my own switches. I've got some donor boards here, which I can have as much fun as I want.
Yeah, I have the one switch that works, and that's my test board. So
I want to see if it's possible to. Yeah, it's 4 gig.
okay.
Yeah, it's 4 gig. 4 gig. Yeah, LP DDR4. Okay, it's DDR4 LP. So low power DDR4 SD RAM at 1600 megahertz. So I want to see if I can find some. I want to see if I can find some replacement RAM chips for these and upgrade the RAM.
Well, they sell that RAM in different sizes. I've already checked that.
I'll take the plunge on my own Switch.
Yeah, you might as well. You know, the new OLED one is going to have 64 storage. I'm not
I
sure
saw
if they're
that.
going to upgrade the
I saw that.
RAM on board.
It'll have the RAM on board, guaranteed.
Yeah, but I mean, will they upgrade it to 8?
Wayne, there'll be a power management IC between the RAM and the CPU, because the RAM won't be able to power it the same as the CPU. The RAM will power LPDDR4. Let me check what the voltage requirement would be for that. It will be around about 1.3 volts, I think.
Hate these
LPDDR4, yeah, okay, 1.2 to 1.1 volts. And then the NVIDIA Tegra X1. I'm wondering what the NVIDIA Tegra X1 runs on voltage-wise.
Well, it's probably going to have 2 separate rails, 3.3 and a 1.2.
No, because it's going to be low power. I would say
there's a 0.8, really?
I would say it's going to be a 0.8 and a 1.1 myself. 0.8 for the CPU and 1.1 for the GPU, I would say.
Nasty. Yeah, that RAM doesn't look good.
Not, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing this screen.
Oh, well, you're not seeing it right now anyways.
Oh, okay, it says you got no signal.
What?
It says you got no signal. Yeah.
There it goes. All right, yeah, that cable's trash.
Ooh.
So that looks wet at least. And I'm not sure what this is.
What's that?
I'm not sure what that is.
That is not meant to be there.
That's a piece of freaking wire.
What the?
What the? Hold on a minute.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Yeah, all right, I need the other scope for this. I gotta dump to the other scope. This scope I can't extract this with this. Wow, this is interesting. Now I've never taken that shield off before, and it doesn't look like it's been off before.
Like, yeah, that's still.
That's
still.
All right, you guys can see this. All right, so that is some kind of wire.
What the hell?
And it goes.
That's a Wi-Fi IC. That's a Wi-Fi wire. That's a coax, I think.
What the?
Huh. Try without that wire.
Why was it in there?
How did he get in there?
It,
That shield has been off before.
I don't know.
There is no way that will get under there. Not a chance.
That is freaking weird. Feels like,
Andrew says someone's going to jump off.
seems like it's not even a wire.
I'm going to reball some of them and send
No,
it
it's
to
not
you.
a wire. It's some kind of fiber.
Some kind of fibre.
Yeah, it wasn't a wire. It didn't have any metal in it. I tried stripping it with my finger. Yeah, that RAM I see looks a little bubbly.
It could be furry wire. Yeah, that don't look great. I'd clean that off and just see what it looks like once you cleaned it. I would say that's probably been floated, mate, to be honest.
Could be.
Give it a reflow and see if any solder balls squeeze out. Looks like a hair to me. Yeah, but how did it get in there, though? That's the weird thing. How would that get in there?
Yeah, that is weird. Very, very strange.
Someone's pubes inside the console.
That's gross.
You just touched someone's pubes.
Yeah. I'm gonna alcohol.
That what you cleaning off now? That's jizz.
That's gross. Yeah, we're trying not to get any monetization strikes on my channel, please. I'm strike free at the moment. All right,
Yeah,
so
I'll
the
get
RAM
that.
looks better that it's cleaned up.
You won't get a strike for swearing live.
It doesn't.
All of my videos are still monetized. And I swear all the time on
Let's
stream.
check these caps here. See if they're touching the shield in any way.
No, they look good. It is possible that could cause an issue. I don't know what because human, like, if that was a human hair, like human hair doesn't cause isn't conductive, is it? That's why when they put you on the electric chair, they'll shave your head because it interferes with the.
Hold on a minute. Something looks weird. Let me move the scoop up a little bit.
It interferes with the electricity. It's hard to see because you got to. That looks a little bit lopsided.
Flat to the board too.
No, they're meant to be flat to the board. I think that's just the angle you're on. They're meant to be flat to the board. They are.
I don't see any balls.
0.35 millimeter balls they are.
But doesn't it look like it's got something going on in this area right here?
It looks like there's something going on in the right about where your tweezers are there.
It looks like it's like lifted or something.
Yeah, it looks flat on the left hand side, but obviously like flatter on the left hand side. But I was thinking that might have been the angle he was on.
This angle it still looks
A little off. It does look a little bit off.
It looks like it's.
Welcome.
No, it's not lower.
Wayne said, "Is it worth trying it again, just in case what it was?"
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again. I just want to give it a good one. So.
Give it a go, and then give it a go.
But if you look right here, I just cleaned this chip with flux remover. Do you see the amount of flux under that chip?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of flux under that chip. Yeah, for real. There's been a lot of flux under that chip, for definitely. I would say try and boot it again now you've just cleaned it, but that's probably not going to make a difference. And then if it doesn't boot, try and boot it by pressing down on that RAM chip.
Yeah.
I think RAM chip's possibly been floated. This is something we need to look into, maybe trying to protect them, because.
Well, that's what I was going to have the conversation about the heatsink. But I can't seem to find my box of heat sinks that Micromage Repair recommended to me, and they are in a spot that I said I'm going to put these here because
see, I don't think I don't think there's a whole lot you can do to protect
Well,
it.
what he recommended is the best option, and
I've got this, and this pulls a lot of heat away from
yeah, I have one of those, but
whatever
he
it's on.
actually, um,
Aluminium board holders I don't recommend ever buying, because aluminium is going to pull the heat towards, like, aluminium attracts heat. So if you're using an aluminium board holder with the board directly on it, that's going to heat up the entire board.
yeah, I'm
Um,
not doing that.
whereas stuff like this, I think this is some kind of like ceramic. Like, I reckon I could
It's a
probably
fiber. It's a heat absorbing fiber.
yeah. So this sort of stuff is perfect for like absorbing the heat and pulling it away from the board. Which is why when I installed that RAM chip last night, I did it on this holder. But I've got another one as well.
But I got these right here. Why I put them in there, I don't know. That was stupid.
So this one here is aluminium, but it's got the same material on, and it's raised off the aluminium.
Yeah, that's how mine are. But I have these little copper discs called shims. But you can Kapton tape one down or install it over top it to protect it.
As long as that copper plate's not touching the RAM, I'd say it's okay.
Well, it would be over the shield, so in general it would be over the shield.
The shield is touching the RAM, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean they do it for iPhones all the time.
Yeah, I used to use a coin when it like a copper coin.
Yeah.
When I was doing iPhones and stuff, because I've done iPhones in the past. I've done iPhones, Android, tablets, all of that sort of stuff. But obviously, when I started doing it on YouTube, I chose to focus on consoles. I've done the phones and stuff when I worked at the shop. I'm just not keen on it. I have got someone sending me HP MVX 360 though.
What is that?
It's a gaming laptop, pretty expensive laptop.
Like, is it like yours?
No, it's a bit older than mine, but it's still the whole value. It's only for a power button. The power button's been snapped, but it's only a normal tactile button, like a momentary switch. Obviously, if you turn it on, it just pulls it down. It pulls the 3.3 volt bar down to ground. So it's exactly the same as like I think it's exactly the same button as the PS4 1200 series. Micro Repair said, "Where did you get those copper plates from?"
Amazon. Amazon. They're called copper shims.
Copper shims.
You gotta search copper shims.
Let me see if I can find a link to that.
Yeah, because he's in the UK. You have
that. Copper. You got some round ones, 25mm.
Yeah, I just bought a pack of the square ones in different sizes.
£8.79. £8.79 for the ones you've got.
Yeah, that seems right.
And there's a few different sizes. Yeah, I can post a link to that in the chat.
But yeah, that was from Micromage Repair. There's another channel that's very good. Want to get him to 1,000 subscribers too. He does a lot of work.
He's got a second channel, I said.
Who?
Micro Max.
No, does he? He's not at 1,000 yet, is he?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he's at 1,000 yet.
I'll be honest. I haven't seen a lot of the people that are starting the channels. I haven't had a chance to watch.
Yeah, him and New Retro Repair. I don't think they've reached 1,000 yet.
I haven't had a lot of chance to watch.
But Micromage Repair, he puts a lot of work in his videos.
761.
It'd be nice if he could make a couple bucks here and there.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'll try and give him a few shout-outs and get him to 1,000. I'll try and give him that last little kick, I guess.
Yeah, he's getting close. So
he is. He's 239 away, so.
And I know I'm pretty sure he has the watch hours because his videos are.
Oh yeah, he's got the watch hours for sure. Yeah. What's that sheet you're using, Wayne?
This is a Kim wipe, Kim Tech.
He does deserve more than a version sub. Yeah, he does deserve to get a little bit of a boost and recognition. I'm going to try and get him to do a collab with Vince. Speak to Vince and see if we can do a collab with him. The same with Jason as well. I've mentioned Jason's name and my post to Vince. I talk to Vince quite regularly. You know, we talk off YouTube, we talk on mainly on Patreon. He doesn't go on Facebook very often. I imagine he doesn't get a lot of time. But apparently sometime next year we're going to be doing an in-person collab as well.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what this does here.
Planning on Vince coming to my workshop and using the
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, nothing set in stone yet, so I don't leave this room.
Well, you ain't gonna get much to my viewers. 250.
No, nothing set in stone yet. But we have discussed it a little bit. Where he wants to, I want to take him to do lift an IPU off top there because he did that video on the PS4 Slim.
Right, so we're gonna take this here.
He did that video on the PS4 Slim where he basically destroyed an IPU, and I was like, I actually offered to drop my BGA machine off to him and lend it to him for a day.
Interesting. I made it worse.
Make it worse.
Apparently.
He needs that jump wire.
Yeah. So it goes to 180 when I hit the power button, and that's it. Yeah. 180 milliamps. And that's it. It holds at 180. Oh, I don't have the NAND on. Where were you, Phil? Where were you?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, where was I? No, so as I've said before, around 200 milliamps confirmed is a non-communication issue. I think I've said 100.
Okay, here we go. 200. And it's going 400, 500. 35, 35, 36, and it's holding at 35. And I really got to get this meter on this thing on this screen. This is irritating.
Has that booted?
What, at 36? Yeah. It's holding at 36 though.
Oh, okay, it's holding 36. So
we can pop it in to see what it's actually doing.
Yeah, you can plug it in and just see what's actually happening with it.
I'll tell you, it irritates me that I worked on the battery off the power supply for like a month, and it never worked for me, and you figured it out in like a day, less than a day, and then I copied your idea and it worked. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But I did confirm the whole needs BQ to turn on.
That is true. Yes, indeed. But at the same time, you couldn't get it to work off your iBoot as well. I managed to get mine working.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
That was odd. I wouldn't worry about any of the auxiliaries. Just do backlight LCD and power supply, and the button obviously.
Yeah, because the like I said, the USB is still not working. That'll be. If I get it to boot, I'll deal with the USB issue. You know what? You're just not going to go there. Alright, so... power button.
Well, one switch is still turning on.
See
how... I've got Andrew's switch, which I could look at.
You streaming today?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's right. It's Saturday. You don't do things on Saturdays anymore.
Well, I don't generally work on Saturdays now, but like I said, I want a couple of days free next week, so.
Well, I greatly appreciate you coming on here.
Oh, it's something to do. No, basically, I want to get. I want a couple of days free because, like I said, I want to get. I've got chores in the house I need to do. I need to replace a couple of plug sockets and stuff like that. And I
So
want to
we got
rehaul some.
first Nintendo logo, second Nintendo logo, and then it should hold here.
Yeah.
Let's just see for an example. Let's.
Press on the RAM chip.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off real quick. If it lets me turn it off this way.
Kill power completely.
Yeah, I'll pull the battery. Because it's not letting
No,
me.
I'm just saying because if you turn it off like that, it might put it into standby.
Yeah, I was just seeing if it was possible.
Yeah.
I tell you, what's nice about these Wera screwdrivers is they're color coded, but I can never remember which color is what. Okay, so we're gonna press on the RAM chip.
I went to sleep at like 4 o'clock. Back of the tank.
Plug it in. Pressing on RAM chip and booting. We got the first Nintendo logo.
I think it's pointing to RAM. I don't think it's CPU, Wayne.
Nintendo logo. And it looks like it's gonna hold there. Yeah, it's freezing there.
More likely RAM than anything.
I don't know. I've done so many tests on this, and it has me so leaning to a software issue.
Is that an exploitable fix?
No, it's not exploitable.
You can't rebuild the NAND.
No.
That sucks.
And it won't boot into recovery mode. Well, that just turned itself off that time.
Do you get anything on the screen when you go into recovery mode? Are you meant to get anything?
Yeah, you're meant to get where you can restore the software.
Yeah, because I don't actually work with switches, so I don't know about recovery mode and all of that crap. I don't work with the software, sorry. I just don't get software issue repairs, so I'm not really experienced on it.
So you can turn it off and put it in standby by pressing and holding the power button. So it has some mild CPU. Well, see, now it's not doing that. It did it when I held.
I think the full CPU logic is there. I think the CPU is working fine. I think it's possibly a power issue with the NAND or the RAM, one of those two. I don't think it's a power delivery issue in terms of M92.
Let's just.
What voltage when you go to that last boot? What voltage are you getting on the bottom cap on M92?
On M92, what bottom cap?
CPU.
I don't know. I can check. Hold on.
Because I'm assuming you should get around about 1.1 volts.
All right, let's find out here. Let's plug this in. Press the top.
I think it's the RAM being floated, to be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna reflow it. Okay, so we got the first logo. Oh, you mean power it down and check it?
No. What voltage are you getting when it hangs? So
okay, it's hanging right now. So check. So you want me to check that CPU cap?
Yeah, just see what kind of voltage you get on there.
All right. All right. So you want me to check that cap right there?
Andrew said his switch should be an easy one for me. Oh, you got bridges.
Where? Oh, shit.
Pin number 2 and 3.
Yeah, I see
5
that.
and 6.
Well, let's clear that up first. Damn, I didn't see that. And I looked at that chip too. Yep. Yeah.
Whoops.
Let's take care of that.
I just have it with the eye. Fine.
Yeah.
I think those. I'm imagining those. I'm imagining those go to the MOSFETs.
That might be why the USB port wasn't working.
Probably.
Oh, this is a fun.
Oh dear. I don't need to troll you, mate. You just wrote your own story, don't you?
You're supposed to catch this stuff.
I caught the NAND.
Not the second time.
Oh dear. Oh wow, just that tiny one, that stretched.
Alright, I'm going to do this again real quick. And see.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about cleaning it.
I'm not going to clean it. So, Nintendo logo. Nintendo Switch logo. This boots, I'm going to flip out. No, it's hanging at it.
Yeah.
Alright, so see what voltage is on that cap right there. Let's bring this back into you.
So you should get the connect, shouldn't you? Like, you know, the where it replicates the Joy-Con connecting up.
Yeah, theoretically.
It's not getting that far. We need to know what.
That's what this point of this is. Going to find out what.
Yeah, we need to map it.
All right, so we got voltage not on the screen because I'm too ghetto for that. So you want to see the voltage on this cap right here.
Yeah.
1.8 volts.
Okay, so that's CPU's turned on then.
Yeah. And it is getting a little bit of warmth, but not any kind of like, oh, it's short kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's that PMIC then, by the RAM.
The over here?
Not by the RAM, by the NAND.
This one right here?
Yeah, are you giving any kind of readings on? Do you know what kind of readings you're meant to get on that?
I have diode readings I can check. Let me unhook the battery.
Right, let me go and grab Andrew's switch real quick.
I'm sorry, I haven't been reading chat. Phil's been reading chat there. So
yeah, Jason.
I'll catch up on chat here while I get this. As soon as my Phil's coming.
Well, in the caps on the RAM, you could possibly test for voltage, but they'd be low impedance, so you wouldn't be able to check the shorts. It's low voltage one. I'll back in a second.
All right, so I'm gonna check these for diode. I just need to pull up my switch data. There should be a new release of the switch data. I'm pushing for Friday of this coming week. I had some file corruption, and I don't have the data. I have to go back and input a bunch of stuff. So if we look at this monitor here, this is my switch file. And if I go here to max diode ICs, so this is the one by the CPU, this is the one by NAND, and it has the units on there. So let me see if I can do that there. Let me move this around here so you can see what I'm doing as I check it. So if I come down here, and we're looking at the NAND max IC, I have these reversed. This one is CPU, this one is NAND. See, this is what I'm talking about. There was issues in the thing. This one is the CPU, and this one is the NAND. I don't know why the names got swapped around. So this is the actual one that I'm checking. So I can put you back over here. So that's what we're actually checking. And if I line it up a little bit better, we can get a perfect match. Close enough. So there we go. Hopefully you can see that. Focusing up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put my meter in diode mode. And I'm going to put my red probe on ground, which I will use the switch port. And now if I check this one, oh, that's ground. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Meter reset. Okay, don't worry about that beep. That beep wasn't real. So if I check this, that's the ground side. So this I'm getting 376 and 38, same difference. So this one should be 085. Should be 085. 066. Not horribly bad. Same. Not horribly bad. 093. Yeah, a little low still. Everything seems to be a little on the low side. You don't need to check every one of these, but I do it anyways because I did the work. So, because these are all the same. These outside ones are all the same. And then you have the two middle ones that are the same on the middle pins, which is about 380. 2380. And 367 on both of them. And you have this one, which is 380. And then you have some 390s down here. Here. One's good.
Hello.
Good. Yeah, the Max IC seems good. It's all the diode readings are correct. A little bit on the low side for my reference, but I'm just going to compare them to this one that I know works, just to make sure.
So what are we up to?
We're checking this with the diodes on here.
Okay. So I've got Andrew's switches on today.
I don't have the chat on the screen, guys, so I'll get with that in a second. So I'm just going to just gonna check these right here. So this, yeah, I'm getting the same readings as a good switch. I don't know why my document's a little low or a little high. Yeah, so that one seems fine. Let's check the one by the CPU, even though I don't think that that's an issue because I'm getting 1.8 volts. But we have the diagram on the screen. You might as well give it a whirl. So,
Andrew, I don't think this is a P13 issue, mate. It's meant between 5 and 15 volts. That's an M92 issue and ED issue, maybe. An LCD connector issue.
Alright, so these should all be 177. Yep. This one, 380s in the middle. Just like on the other one. Yep. And this is 177 all the way around to the 180. 380 there. 177. 177. Alright, so they both appear to be fine. While we're here, let me just clean this up just a smidge. And we'll check the diode of M92 just for good measure. Because I have the readings. Alright, so we got that cleaned up. Let's switch over to M92. I have
This one I've technically pushed forward in the queue.
So there's M92 diodes. I'm covering you up on just a smidge over here.
So yeah, you're good. Make me smaller. Make me a bit smaller.
Sorry to.
Wait to make me feel small.
Need to orient this the same way.
Yeah, so basically I think P13 put me fine on this, Andrew. it looks like M92 is switching on and off and bouncing.
Okay, so we're going to start around M92. So, red probe on ground. And then we're going to start with these 3 caps up here.
Long screw.
356. This is not facing the same direction. Now it's facing the same way. Alright, so let's check these here. So we have 259.
Well, that LCD connector not for the properly.
258. They look good. It's fine.
Backlight is turned on.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. That was a little high. Looks good.
What are you actually doing at the minute? You're testing diodes?
Diode of M92. I'm not reading out every number because there's so many of them, but they're all matching what's on the screen.
It's like 40 pins now.
Yeah, I cruised around there. Everything seems fine on that. M92 seems fine. So.
Reflow them or?
Yeah, I'm gonna reflow it right now. I just wanted to do the check the diode, show off my cool little switch document. That's not an app. That's my personal switch document. I'm not releasing any copies until either Friday of this coming week or the next week. There is some errors that need to be addressed, and I addressed them, and my modified copy is missing, so I have to rechange some of the items in it. I don't want to give out misinformation, so some of the stuff is incorrect, so I need to edit out the errors. So, and this is in the documents based on information that I have searched for, and also I tested everything myself to confirm that the data that I was getting that wasn't mine was good.
I think me and you was the main contributors to that, wasn't we?
Yeah, me and Phil.
Had a few contributions from what
I had New Retro Repair. He gave me some corrections. Micromanage Repair gave me some additional information. It's a lot more in depth than what you've seen it last, Phil.
Okay.
It's got a lot more links to a lot of links to your videos where you do a specific task.
Yeah. Basically been holding out on me then.
Yeah, basically. Well, like I said, there were some errors, and then the modified copy, and then I didn't get to release it. So, all right, so we're gonna reflow this RAM.
I assume this is hard replacement charger port.
All right.
Place the connector on this if I haven't looked at it. I call you Andy, by the way, it's easy.
Alright, so there's the RAM in question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of Kapton tape.
It's a little bit off to the side, but I see.
So I'm going to get me a piece of... You're probably going to see this better if I take it off of here. I don't even know. Okay, now I see your screen. I go here like so.
I'm going to test around M92.
I have to call my son real quick. Apparently I can't find it. I'm going to put that button on mine.
Yeah, I've got that button as well there. I can hear you. I'll try to mute everything, right?
Okay, I should be back now. Hopefully you all didn't hear me yell for my son. So I'm going to put me... Oh, my good scissors are missing. That's why I want to do stuff.
M92 and P13 are actually testing the coin on me.
I'm going to put that right like so. And then I'm going to add one more piece across the CPU. I don't want to. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to do this part, make sure you do the second part of what I'm about to do. Because just adding Kapton tape like this isn't going to do you any good. That's not going to help you. That's just to create a barrier for my next step of adding these copper shims to the top of the unit. So put one on there, one on there, like that. So these are those copper shims. I'm going to put those on there. And then I'm just going to add some tape to hold them down. See, Phil just goes for it. I'm a little bit more methodical.
Yep.
But he also has more experience, so he knows what's safe in his hands and what's not.
Oh, will I? If we discount.
Discount last night.
Might need a new LCD connector anyway, it doesn't feel like it's going in.
I am not a fan of LCD connectors, man. I buy a lot of those. Not because I damage them, but because I get those in. So there we go. I have 2 copper sinks on there, a little bit of Kapton tape. It is confirmed my good scissors are missing. So I need to put out an Amber Alert or a tape alert, whatever you want to call that. Call 911 or whatever it is to find my tape or my scissors. So I'm going to come back in here. That's good. I'm going to see that that RAM is there. I'm going to flip this around. So I'm heating it from this side so I can measure with my tweezers.
I'm in charge. I'm doing no back.
Alright, so we're going to add some Oxyflux to this.
See what's there?
And we're going to reflow this RAM.
But you need to. I'd take your nozzle off, mate.
Take my nozzle off for this?
Yeah.
Think so? All right.
Yeah, you need it to heat up evenly.
That's going to be hard to see. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see that. Oh, the flux is bubbling out, but I'm not seeing any crud coming out from underneath of it.
You reflowed?
No, it's not reflowed yet.
What temp are you at?
460.
Should be fine. I was at 480 last night when I reflowed mine. Right, I'm going to ultrasonic this board.
Okay, it's reflowed. Yeah, it reflowed. Hopefully y'all saw that little nudge. It wasn't even focused, sorry guys. But it nudged, it moved. Just log there. Yep, MadTech, hello.
So I'm ultrasonicing that board because it feels like the flux inside the connector. So that could be all it is. It could just need a good clean.
Yeah, that's always a good one. You just clean the board and you're done. So I could pull this off. So that reflowed. It doesn't look like it reflowed the other one because I did the protection. Doesn't look like I got anything on the CPU heat-wise. So hopefully this is a solid.
Yeah, wait, I don't think you'd have bugged that up, mate. I think you'd have been alright. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I mentioned last week about a liquid damage one coming back under warranty.
Oh yeah, that was the one. Oh, what one was that? The one with the mod, right? That custom mod.
No, that's in the queue.
Oh, that's another one. Wow, you get you're getting a lot of crap.
So there's a warranty job that come in last week. It was one of my recent liquid damage Nintendo Switch jobs. I didn't do much to it to actually get it working. I don't remember exactly what I did, but then it got back to London and apparently it wouldn't turn on.
Oh, okay, I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah, and I was supposed to be doing another video on it, but I got it back on the bench, tested the battery, and it was just that the battery was at like 2.
Well, you fully charge them before you send them out, right?
Yeah. Just fully drained by the time.
Yeah, that doesn't seem that seems like you got some kind of issue. I would hook up your battery cable and put it in standby and see what the current draw is, and based on that, I can tell you.
It's absolutely fine now.
Oh, it's fine.
He just needed a full cycle.
Ah, interesting.
So basically, sometimes if they're drained fully, when you fully charge them, they'll drain again and go below voltage again. But then the second time you charge them, they actually work.
All right, so we got this cleaned up. Still a little warm, not super warm, but we can take it out of here. Yeah, you gotta let me know when you want the stick vise filled because I'm gonna be sending you something as soon as it shows up.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hard up on, well, not hard up on cash. I'm a little bit tight for cash the next month or so because I've got doing renewals and stuff that I've got to do.
Well,
Um,
I know
I'm
you're
gonna
good
put,
for it if you want me to go ahead and get it for you
no,
so I can
no,
save on
no,
shipping.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I'd rather not owe people money, to be honest.
Well, might end
That's the
up
kind
being
of
a gift then. We'll see what happens.
This month I'm going to renew my insurance, but Sarah wants to go on the policy as well. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
yeah, it's
How's
going to
she
cost me.
doing on her driving lessons?
She's doing all right, yeah. She's not doing too bad. She's about, I'd say about 6 months away from passing.
All right. So, do you want me to test it with the power supply, or do you want me to put it in and see if it turns on? You're cutting out on your mic.
I'm putting on my mic.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said. What was your response? Welcome
I
back,
said
Chris.
I'd plug it in and see what's going on. I think that's a thing because it's giving me audio. Yeah, I'd plug it in, see if it turns on.
Yeah. This gives me. This gives me the same issue. I'm gonna try something else that I just thought of.
Right.
Yeah, your mic is in and out hardcore.
I have just reconnected it. I hope my mic's not damaged. That'd be,
Seems better now. Hello, Lee. How's it going?
that'd be annoying because I've only got one of these ones.
I hope that advice I gave you, Lee, was helpful. All right.
Welcome back, Chris.
Yep, Chris is back. We better get motivated and start doing stuff now. Chris is back.
Chris fixes consoles.
Because he actually fixes consoles.
He actually fixes consoles, yeah. We just fuck around.
I go down the rabbit hole. I actually enjoy this. I really do. You know, it seems like it's a pain in the butt, but you know, I'm retired. This is fun to me.
Sometimes I enjoy going down the rabbit hole and trying to figure out what's going on, but at the same time, I mean, like, obviously, like, for me, doing this as a full-time job, careful how long I spend on each device.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And on my downtime, when I haven't got anything to do, I like to spend it. So, you know, I obviously try and just get them done as quick as I possibly can.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got the first logo.
You didn't destroy the RAM.
Oh, there's a switch. Should have hooked it to the power supply. And it's locked up at that logo again.
Boo!
Yeah. All right. So now.
Well, I'm thinking NAND then.
There ain't much left to reflow, to be honest with you.
There isn't a lot of things in there that it could be. No.
I mean, there's two things left that it could be the NAND or still could be Wi-Fi.
What you want really is a board that you know works. But I know this sounds stupid, but it wouldn't take as long as you think. A board that you know works and a dead CPU. And do a CPU swap.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way you'd be able to rule out the board and you'd be able to rule it to like one of three things. Like you've got the antivirus chip, you've got the NAND, and you've got the CPU. Yeah. So you'd be able to rule it out. You'd be able to rule a couple of things out. I know it sounds stupid, but
yeah, I plan on. I haven't done a fully successful sweet CPU swap, so I want to get one down before I, pull this stuff off.
I know
this is a customer's. This isn't mine.
Ah, okay. So you can't.
So I'm not experimenting. I mean, I was given the authorization to experiment, but that's a little bit more experimentation than I'm willing to do. So I just hooked up the Joy-Con rails there for a reason.
Would it be postage issue?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to put it in RCM mode and see if it does anything.
The anti-piracy chip, correct me if I'm wrong, but it will boot with another anti-piracy chip, but it won't play games, right?
Yeah, well, it won't boot. No, from what I understand, what I've tested, I've done it one time and it wouldn't boot with the different chip. And then when I put the old chip back on, it wouldn't update any longer. It would play games, but it wouldn't update.
I've got a few boards I can play with, so bought some Delta boards on Console Repair London, which actually work. I can play around. I can actually experiment to do that kind of stuff. So I think I might do that on. Just play around with like the anti-piracy chip and stuff like that.
That's actually interesting.
The mode, isn't it?
Wasn't as interesting because the battery wasn't connected.
On cheap with the Joy-Con rail and put bad news for and
Huh, so it boots into RCM mode, but it's not exploitable, so I can't do anything. Software.
I'll rebuild.
Can't rebuild the NAND, but the fact that it goes in RCM mode.
Probably not going to do it today, but maybe swap the NAND over to another board.
Yeah, a little late to do that today. This has been. We've already been going 2 hours. Well, this is like the longest stream ever for me. 2 hours so far. Plus, we were talking earlier before this. Yeah, so it will boot in RCM mode. So why can't I get it to boot in recovery mode?
No NAND in that.
No, there's a NAND in here.
You just said no memory card. Oh, so it is boosting. Well, to there.
Yeah, I guess to there. But it does go in RCM mode.
Are you pressing? Have you tried pressing down on the NAND?
Yeah, I've done the whole pressing on the NAND thing.
Press on the CPU?
Yep, did the pressing on the CPU.
I don't think it's a CPU issue.
No, because I'm getting too far into the boot cycle. And the fact that it does go into RCM mode. Just I can't, it's not exploitable, so I really can't do anything with it in RCM mode.
That PLCD connector, that's when you're changing.
Let's see here. So I'm down to a couple of last things. The NAND and the Wi-Fi. So I want to make an RCM ribbon cable so I don't have to plug in Joy-Con rails.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Just about you can make your own jig using a damaged
Yeah,
RCM.
like a
Yeah,
ribbon,
I've
yeah,
got
joy-con reel, yeah.
yeah, I've got broken Joy-Cons here, which I could.
Yeah, I got a bed. I got a ribbon cable. No big
See,
deal.
I've got a jig, like one of them RCM jigs. I've got one of them that you've got.
I just need to know what pins it bridges.
Yeah. See, I just never bought one. I just never used it. Um, but I have got an exploitable switch now.
Yeah, I got that one that I use for checking NANds and stuff. No, remember I did the NAND check on this one and it came back good. It initialized in the exploitable switch and read
Yeah.
the test back good. So that's right. I ruled out NAND on this. So Wi-Fi is the only thing left. This is like I get to a promising point to where I think it's going to make it further, and it's
I'll get
always
on
a
it probably soon.
disappointment.
I think I'm going to go further still in my life.
Yeah. So you definitely confirmed it won't boot. Excuse me. It won't boot without Wi-Fi.
I'm pretty sure I did confirm it wouldn't boot. Yeah, I'm almost certain of that. Because it does the Wi-Fi check during the boot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could pull the Wi-Fi. You've got replacement Wi-Fi chip, right?
Yeah.
Just pull it.
I am. Oh,
You
wait a
can't see
minute.
the screen.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go. You've been told to experiment, so.
Yeah.
I mean, Wi-Fi IC is actually a fairly easy job to replace.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of putting on new chips with unleaded solder. That always gets me. I hate that. And this is a glass chip,
Yeah.
and I got to get myself in a position to where I can grab it. Or if I should lift it with a chip lifter.
No, I don't use a chip lifter.
Not the suction ones, the good ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am going to do that. I am going to do it. I see an entry point right here in the corner. Let me just see if this is too big. Yeah, that's perfect. Just load it into the holder. So if I come over here and here, like this. Can you see that all right? Yeah, you guys can see it.
Yeah, we can see it, yeah.
Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of flux to this. You know what? I'm not going to make the mistake that somebody else did and burn the LCD connector.
I wonder who that's up with.
Alright. Just put a heat sink on it.
Well, I'm doing an LCD connector now, but I didn't break this one. Well, that's what I'm telling everyone anyway.
Yeah. Just reflowing this or heating this chip up. Nice clean lift. Do you see that lift?
Yeah.
You saw that.
I'm watching out the corner of my eye right now.
Yeah, that was a nice clean lift. I didn't burn any connectors. Let's see.
No, we don't burn connectors on this channel. My channel, that's a different story, but this channel, no. No connector burning on this channel. Just high quality repairs.
We'll just stamp down these pads here.
Andrew said guilty.
Add a little bit of flux. Now, here's the trick to this. That's got unleaded solder on there.
Yep.
And I'm going to be putting a chip down with unleaded solder, but I'm going to clean the pads with leaded solder too, and then that'll mix with the unleaded and lower the temperature just a smidge for me. So instead of wicking these pads, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I got my iron with my 1mm tip. I'm going to dip it in my Kester solder paste. Not Kester, Chip Quick.
We all know you've got a 1mm tip anyway.
Yeah. And I'm just going to float this ball over this, just like this, to mix all that. So. Clean that off. Now I'm just going to tamp down these pads. And off of there.
Wait, what? Oh, never mind, it's just a light. I thought I had missing pins on this thing.
Alright, now I got that all flattened.
So you're not wicking that?
No.
I would wick it.
No.
It's not gonna sit right.
Okay.
failing, get on.
I'll see how I feel. I have a different tip I use to make sure they're all flat. I'm switching to it. The only problem is it's a little bit bigger.
I'm thinking probably using a micro pencil for this.
So
See, that's where the micro pencil comes in handy when you're doing LCD connectors.
yeah, definitely. That I would use that angled tip for on the LCD connector.
Yeah, you could use the angle tip for that. Yeah.
No, on the micro pencil though.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the J tip on the micro pencil.
So what I'm doing is I'm hovering this tip that has the cavity in it over this, and it's going to level out my pads.
Okay. And we can always see what it looks like afterwards anyway.
Yeah, if it needs to be wicked, I'll wick it. I got 3 pads that are connected. I think they're meant to be connected, and I think the mask is off of there. Yeah, they're all meant to be connected. So I'm gonna have to put some solder mask on this to get that to.
I mean, I left my other iron inside the handle. So my micro pencil went to sleep. And I just realised now I can even see what I'm doing.
Why is it not on the screen?
No, I was just out of view. I think I'm a little bit too dull as well. Need a bit more light. Not for me, for the camera.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the problem with the camera is it needs more light than we do.
Yeah. That's the other good thing about the video camera that I use to film the overhead. I can adjust it to adjust the exposure on it.
So I can adjust mine as well. I've got the Logitech software.
Alright, let's just see what happens if it'll boot or whatnot without it. Let's just see what it does. I'm going to watch it on the power supply because I want to see what
the
power supply does. Let's see what it does. So. Alright, so let me get this back out.
Oh, it's not running this micro pencil at 450.
You lost the micro pencil?
No, I said I shouldn't be running the micro pencil at 450 degrees.
I'll run mine at 380.
But I'll just buy another chip and 10 amp as well.
To be honest with you, they don't seem to last at 380 either.
Yeah, I'm joking, I wouldn't do that, but they do seem to die pretty quickly each bit.
Let's give this one more go with no Wi-Fi IC and see what it does. Now we're just trying to learn information now.
Life is all about learning. Damn it, you can't even see.
This has still got a port issue if it works with the new Wi-Fi. Alright, so I'm going to use my test battery, which is on. I'm going to get that out of the way. Plug this in. So look in with my finger. I'm going to press the power button. And
Nada.
no signs of life. Again, no NAND.
Ugh. You got no land, Jason.
Okay, 400 milliamps, 500 milliamps, 480 milliamps, and it freezes at that. But
No
nothing
display?
on the screen. No display on the screen. I got backlight, but I don't have anything displayed on the screen.
Jason's coming for the LCD connector.
I'm talking about. I can't test to see if it charges because the USB port's bad. I didn't damage the LCD connector. It's fine. Oh wait, you know what? No, I spoke too soon.
They broke me.
I definitely lifted it, I think.
Oh. It's even worse when you've just put a new LCD connector on and then you find out it's got no screen and death. And then you end up knocking the LCD connector off by changing the Wi-Fi IC.
Nah, that LCD connector's fine.
But you've got nothing on the screen, that's odd.
Got backlight though. I mean, do you think it could not display with no Wi-Fi?
Possibly, yeah, because I don't think when I checked it with no Wi-Fi IC, I don't think I checked it.
It definitely goes up to the 450 milliamp boot and freezes there.
So it freezes at 450 milliamps with no
480, yeah, it freezes at 480, but it doesn't get the 5 spike. It just
stops at 480. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
So it must check for Wi-Fi at 500 milliamps.
Yeah, but I would still think I would get the first, because the first boot logo, like I'm getting that current, like for the first logo, but I'm not getting anything on the screen.
I couldn't imagine it wouldn't display on the screen with no Wi-Fi IC.
No, it spikes at 5.5 and then it drops down to 5.
Yeah, but by then the LCD should have already turned on. At that current, you should have already turned the LCD on. Because it's turned the backlight on, right?
Yeah, and it's flickering at 5. It's like going to 475, 495, 470.
So that looks like it's trying to activate Wi-Fi, failing, stopping, trying again, failing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's constantly trying.
Yeah.
That's what that seems like to me. But I can't imagine that would affect the display. Like it's either going to do it or it's not. But it turns on backlight, so I'm going to take the gamble and say that the LCD connector might be damaged. means we can still be LCD. I shouldn't laugh, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely have backlight.
Oh dear. Right, let's see how beautiful my LCD connects something is. Oh, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's an absolute work of art. Oh no. Phil's the best. What was that, Jason? You said Phil's the best? Oh wow. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Oh, that's how it's really sexy.
Yeah, very interesting.
Maybe team Phil.
Did I? Wait a minute. I don't think it's the connector. I think it's something else.
There is one difference though, Andrew, and that is that I'm supposed to be the professional. I'm supposed to be the one that can do them perfect every time. So I can't really probably see and say, oh, look, I can be better than you. Because that wouldn't exactly be fair, would it? So, see, whereas Jason likes to troll me, so I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
Might still need an LCD though, because there is a bump in this connector.
That LCD connector looks mint. A little bit of heat on that side. I thought maybe I knocked a component by the driver.
I think this needs an LCD, an actual LCD as well, and because the LCD connector itself, there's a bend in the ribbon. I can't get it to connect up with the board.
Hey Eddie, how's it going? Yeah, now when you say that it's surprising how many things can be wrong with the device, this is a rabbit hole. This one was weird, you know, a month ago, and I've been doing a couple hours a week on it just to try to figure it out. And I'm literally I'm running out of possibilities of what could possibly happen here. I wonder if LCD power runs through Wi-Fi.
I need to send to Jason.
What was that?
Travis said I might need to send this switch that I'm working on to you.
Yeah.
Right, well that's ultrasonic cleaning. I'll be back in a second. We'll grab a fresh cup of coffee.
Let me see here if I can take a look at this connector. Yeah, it looks lifted. No, definitely looks lifted. Yep, that's what's wrong with it. Alright, might be able to heat that from below and reseat it. Alright, let me get that off of there. Let me put my legs on my stick vise here. Oh. Hello, Travis. I don't know if I said hello to you. I get sucked into these rabbit holes and then I get sidetracked with what time it is and how long I've been in it. That should work. All right, now I need to see what I'm doing. Let's hope this works. No signal. That's all right. I know it's no signal. Oh, I can't get in there like that. I gotta get in here like this. So I need to choose this.
Hi everybody.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I lifted the LC connector, Phil.
Oh dear.
I lifted it on one side. I'm hoping I can just put it back down.
Yeah, it should be alright. Right, okay, so this one although I've just soldered absolutely perfectly, I can't seem to get an LCD in there.
I got flux in the connector.
I've just ultrasonicked it, so the problem is there is a kink in this LCD as well. I'm wondering if there's maybe a little bit too much solder on one side on some of the pins. Oh, I think there is.
I might have just got lucky.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think I did. Oh, no, is that a bridge? No, it's just grime. I'll clean that out. All right, I'm going to take this camera off of here and move it out of the way.
I think I've got to slow mine down again as well.
All right. So we're going to get nasty stuff. Well, they put some tape on this bad boy, let me tell you.
Exporting pair and more hammer.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so warm today. 33 degrees in the workshop right now.
Wow. Just flush it out the connector. How long is this stuff to hate? All right. Sorry I'm so quiet, guys. I'm just trying to...
Oh, you.
That's the thing about these rabbit holes. Like, you figure I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and we still haven't fixed it yet. And I have probably another hour or two. No, way more than an hour or two. Probably another 10 hours. So doing this in video form would be an impossible task to edit it all and go through that much footage. So it's like, that's why I like to stream these on Saturdays. Rabbit hole Saturday. Oh, listen, guys, if you suffer from handshaking, you can get these little wrist braces. They use them for a mouse and stuff. And you can brace and you can push down with your wrist on here and, you know, stop the shakes to some extent. It's not 100%, but it does work. All right, let's see if this solved my LCD connector problem.
I've not really got to tell me things on a brand new connector. That's impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
I'm not really heavy now. On a brand new connector.
You know, I've gotten so many parts
Really,
that have
look at
issues.
Look at this. This has never had a connector in it. And look at that.
Wow. A little out of focus, but I can see what you mean.
That's ridiculous.
That's a little much.
Oh.
Now
That's a brand new connector.
now you got to change it again.
Yep. That's neat. Super neat. The thing is, when you do stuff like that, is when it takes you longer, you obviously can't bill the customer for more time because it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Well, you lose money, you can't do anything about the fact that you lose money. Well, I mean, I'm not losing money today because I'm not even meant to be working today, but so I'm not exactly losing time. But if I had, for example, 20 consoles in the queue and I was getting stuff like this.
Yeah, it would definitely cause you some issues.
I've got to do a HDMI port on PS4 after this for a nightmare customer.
Okay, this is even weirder now.
I'll say nightmare customer because he's just super annoying.
Now I got no backlight and 180 milliamps freeze. Oh, again, the NAND. Wow.
Oh, doing that in NAND.
Oh, shit, man. Oh, my language. Sorry, guys. Apologize. I'll get my own bad word point. Okay, that's just like take 50 with the NAND. Okay, so we have the 400 milliamps. Again, nothing on the screen. I'm gonna have to change that connector. Thought I
Well,
was
that's
gonna be able to set it down. Bring it back light.
sucks, but it's funny because he was like, "Oh, that's going to break the connector."
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, well, that connector looks good.
Yeah.
So we're both doing a connector job.
But that's it for me, guys. 2 hours, 2 hours, 40 minutes. I can't. My back is starting to really cramp up, guys.
Oh, so you're ending your stream there, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I can't go anymore. I'm hunched over. My back's killing me.
Yeah.
So we'll pick this up. I might stream again tomorrow back on this, or it'll be for the next Rabbit Hole Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, Andrew, I'll carry on working on this, mate, and I'll be in touch and let you know what goes on.
stay on the phone after I end the stream.
Yeah, I'll stay on the phone.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bill.
Take care, guys. Sub to the Cod3r.
Yeah, definitely.